Good evening, everybody. This is Lynn back for another episode of, Final Fantasy XVI. And, I know the titles of these episodes don't typically reflect where we are in the story. Oh, hey, Uncle Byron. But I did want to start off by saying we are not finishing the game tonight. I don't foresee that happening. And there's a very good reason for it. Oh. There we go. Uncle Byron.
Did you know that it was I who convinced His Imperial Highness to join you in stone here? All right. It may be that he was of a mind to do so already, but it was I who told him where you'd be.
I was gonna say, Byron, I'm pretty sure he wanted to join us to begin with. It's kind of a shame that this is only the first interaction that Clive and Prince Dion have actually had. I feel like there's some missed opportunity there.
It's not often our entire merry flock returns home to roost at once. I expect I should be wishing you good luck.
Why, thank you.
Something about it. I feel like it's calling to me.
Oh, yes. The crystal thing. So, our friend Zombra did mention that the crystal thing,
Is it? It's the end, is what it is.
could be seen from everywhere, and that honestly kind of makes me want to go to every single place to see it, but that I don't think would be a productive use of our time.
Origin, he called it. But the origin of what?
Well, Joshua, when we were talking to him in our last episode, it kind of sounded like he's ending the world, and this is the origin of that. But it also kind of sounded like this was part of a cycle, because there was a world before Valisthea, but it went bad too, so they made Valisthea, and Ultima made humans, and apparently he regrets that very much. Oh, there's Gav. I think, no, that's not Gav. I'm not ready to talk to Otto yet.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal is...
Massive. Why?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. It's not true.
Is it, Clive? The world can't be ending. Can it? We were struggling before the skies went dark, but now? I can't imagine how we will bear it all.
We've lost so much already.
We've lost so much already. When will it be enough? It will end, won't it, Clive?
I'll be here waiting.
Yeah, I'm just catching up.
How are you doing?
How you doing?
I don't mean to be gloomy.
But the whole world's gone to shit. Reports used to be about troop movements and chances to set bearers free. Now it's all aether floods, akashic attacks, and plagues of bloody bandits. The Cursebreakers and all our other allies are doing what they can to keep their heads above water, but
They need all the help they can get.
they're counting on you, Clive. We all are.
Don't be a stranger, eh?
I won't. I usually do the quests here. Now I'm afraid to talk to Tarja. I think, is this the same? Yeah. Oh.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. It reminds me of home.
Poor Edda. Is that Yot? think it is. So is she helping Tarja in the infirmary? Oh, I wonder. Vivian. Can we speak to you? Is there anything we can talk about? It's not merely the men and women of Valisthea who have been affected by the imbalance in the ether. These blackened skies have cast a pall over all the creatures of the realm.
Then how could it not?
They are living beings, just as we are. Alas, their instinct drives them to flee from that which cannot be escaped, ushering them only to madness and death.
But are we any better?
We consider ourselves above such base instincts. And yet, fear and bewilderment drive us to make war on our fellow man, to turn our ire at our own suffering upon those who suffer just as keenly as we do. If that is what it means to be human, Clive, I wonder if we're even worth saving at all.
Till next you need me.
Something tells me, Vivian, that you would love debating philosophy. I wonder, is Mid here? We'll have to go and look. Notice that all these quests are locked. Maybe I... Oh, you know what? I probably have to talk to Otto before they become unlocked.
Tom said you destroyed all the mother crystals. No, he didn't. There's still the black one up in the sky.
I mean, all the mother crystals are destroyed, but that one is a little bit different.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. With the darkening skies,
Fear has once again taken hold of our hearts. And though I have not the power to dispel the gloom above, I should like to believe my tales help to lighten it below.
but be that as it may,
Turning our eyes from the problems which face us will not help to solve them. A mere tale cannot lighten the burden of those who must bear the weight of the world. Let's ask about Joshua.
if I may observe,
Your brother is possessed of a rare gift, and I do not mean the flames of the phoenix. Words, Clive. His findings on Ultima and the Circle of Malleus are worthy of the great Moss himself. The Circle of Malleus? I don't remember that coming up previously. Should he choose to devote himself to this path, I hazard he could one day become quite the historian. But not before you and he finish your own story.
history can wait.
After all, for that is what it does. Don't be so meta, Harpocrates.
Fare thee well, my friend.
Okay.
Not a word in this one either.
Oh, there's Gav. And Jill.
What do you mean I can't have another loaf?
Oh, you've had 9 already. Is this the last of the mother crystals, do you think? Or could there be others buried out there?
That seems unlikely. Like, even I think it was Drake's Fang, the one that was buried underground in the home of the Titan. There could always be some buried in the ocean. You can't find them.
Is this the last of the mother crystals, do you think?
I don't want to talk to you
Could there
again,
be
Jill.
others buried out there?
There's nought like a fuck-off crystal hanging over the horizon to sour your ale.
Torgal.
Clive.
I can't ask about the skies because I already have with her.
Pointer's weighing you down. Finished, are you?
Finished, are ya?
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want?
wearite. I wonder if I could buy that from... Do we... Oh, we probably don't have this one already because it needs a Behemoth shackle. Or a Behemoth, or whatever you want to call it.
Anything else?
I wish we could check our gear. Okay, so I do have the defender, and it's just the one. So, come on.
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Oh, there we go. Wearite. And I need... Crap. Can I please... There we go. I'm gonna buy 45.
It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Odin. So, will it be?
Yeah, it was 540, so I needed almost 100 more. I was gonna say 550, but I thought, nah.
Clive. Coin purse weighing you down?
Oh no, I don't want to sell. No. There we go.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Why, thank you. Gonna upgrade my gear.
With your gear, or... So, will it be?
Yes, there we go. Stagger attack 10.
You can thank me later.
Yeah.
That it?
Everything helps. Thanks, Blackthorn. I kind of want to call him Blackwall from Inquisition.
I did it, Sid. I made friends with all the animals in the hideaway. But you know what I'd really like? My own goblin. Or maybe a morble or bomb. Only if it was a big one. That or a couerl, but not a cactuar. They're too prickly.
I don't think I can get you a curl, my good dude. Okay.
Miss Shirley! I want to learn how to build an airship so I can fly up to the Dark Crystal and crack it.
That's very nice, Jocelyn. But perhaps you could start with your sums?
Indeed, kid. You need to be an engineer, and engineering requires a lot of math. Tell me how I know. I am not an engineer. Oh, there's Mid. I was hoping she'd be here.
Clive, if you need the Enterprise, just say the word. As long as the word isn't fly. She can't do that. Yet.
Aha. I knew it. She would eventually. Oh, there's our hopeless romantic. I need to know the gossip.
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me.
It's not me. No, it's not me. Goodbye. Okay, I'm reasonably assured that talking to Otto won't create a, you know, point of no return. So we're gonna talk to him.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone?
Oh, we didn't see Prince Dion.
As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the curse breakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new mother crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archae above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
Good evening, Zomber.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Talk to Dion.
Thank you.
He's just lurking back there. Go and speak to him. Okay.
Joshua seemed upset.
Ugh. Still back to their origin.
Unless you've taught our chocobos how to fly, I won't be scouting this one for you, Clive. You're on your own, but not alone.
Okay, was Dion always back there?
Oh, that blasted book.
I don't think so.
There is much to consider.
Very illuminating, Prince Dion. Uncle Byron.
Believe me, Clive, I would fly with you to Origin, nay, to the end of the world. If I could. Alas, my fear of heights prevents me.
You know, I can't really argue against that. Anyway, welcome again, Zomber, to the video. It's honestly a bit timely that you showed up when you have, because I haven't done anything yet. I've mostly been going around getting everyone's different takes about what's going on. Oh, and I upgraded my sword, so now I have Defender +1. Anyway, I said earlier, like when I first started, that unfortunately we are unlikely to end the game, in the story today, I should say. And the reason is that I was speaking with a friend of mine about Final Fantasy XVI, and it was a purely spoiler-free conversation. But my friend asked, "Oh, where are you in the story?" And I said, I just destroyed Drake's spine, and now there's the big crystal in the sky. And she says, okay, if you want a better idea of, like, characters and, you know, tying up some loose ends, you have to do 2 quests, and they spawn in this in-between time. One's called More Than Words, and the other is Priceless. And I said, okay. And I looked up these quests, and again, spoiler-free, I did not read anything about it other than finding out that both those quests have prerequisite quests too. So, we're gonna be questing, and I have no idea how long it's gonna take.
If this Origin is a mother crystal, it must be destroyed like all the rest. We've come too far to give up now.
Yeah, of course. But now I'm trying to figure out how to get the locks to go away. I can't tell if I'm allowed to do any quests right now or not. Yeah, so this is one of the... Yeah, and they're both locked. This is one of the prereqs. Clive, something ain't right with that hound of yours. When it pleases your lordship, come pay me a visit at the toll. Obviously, I can't take that yet. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted. Off the record. No. Pretty sure the next one I want... Oh, I think it's this one. No. It's not that one. Dang it. I was pretty sure it was another missive. Maybe it hasn't spawned yet. I think I may have to talk to Joshua. Right. Yeah, I probably should have done more quests when I had the opportunity, but I mean... it felt like a lot. I'm pretty sure talking to Joshua doesn't lock me into anything.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is, if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings?
Weren't they clipped?
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
Yeah, we still don't know what the heck was up with Olivier.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
I mean, yeah. Whoops. Frickin'
He speaks like a
spam.
man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Oh, Dion moved. Okay, looks like we gotta go run like through the gamut of talking to almost everybody.
Say your farewells, and let us be gone.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. So Zomber, you did all the quests. Did you feel like the quests added a lot of color, a lot more lore, a lot more information about the characters? I have to say, one of my least favorite things about Final Fantasy XVI's quests is that they're not categorized. Like, they're all just kind of in the same boat, and you have no idea which ones might be story relevant and which ones aren't.
First the skies, then the crystal. What next? The advent of Great Griga herself. I'm sure we'll be fine. Sid's back, isn't he?
Tomilla Sickly Soul? That's unfortunate. Like, I've mentioned Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, I think a couple of times, because I happened playing it at the time, but one thing I really like about those Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is that quests were sorted kind of based on relevance. There were story quests, and then there were side quests, and there were shrine quests. And so you kind of understood like how important each quest was. Interesting. You don't think they put the level of effort into the story in this game typical for a Final Fantasy. I mean, I agree. Maybe, and maybe I hamstrung myself, and I have wondered if I'd hamstrung myself by not doing more of the quests. And I think part of the reason why I didn't do more of the quests is because, you know, I played the likes of Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII, and everything story relevant happened in the main part of the story, and side quests were literally just other things that you could do that had like no relevance to the story. And so that's why I was kind of just like, all right, we're hyper focusing on Clive and his story, and we're going to try to keep questing to a minimum because I don't want this to be like the Assassin's Creed games where it's just quest after quest and oh my gosh, what has happened to the story?
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea.
Harken back to the beginning, huh?
This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Meteor for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I mean,
I
maybe.
did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Oh, panning up in darkness. Did they kiss?
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Yes, super bosses. So I've never actually gotten into the super bosses part of pretty much any Final Fantasy game, and that's mostly because of the grind factor. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of grind, but I get bored with a lot of grind. And let me tell you, in Final Fantasy X, the grind you need to get up to super boss level is, it's difficult for me. I've never actually faced any of the super bosses. And I do have a game file where I am grinding to face the super bosses. Okay. The quests are all unlocked. I don't have anyone else to talk to. So, reading table. In search of a lost tome. That's new. Okay, here we go. The first prereq.
What could be wrong with Torgal? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
I mean, Torgal has been rock solid basically the whole game. So, kind of weird that there'd be anything wrong with him at this late hour.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations.
Ha.
But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at 'em. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
I just realized that Torgal probably won't be joining us in Origin because he probably can't fly on Behemoth. I didn't fight them in Final Fantasy X either. I wasn't as patient when that one was out, I suspect. I mean, which Final Fantasy X are we talking about here? Because, I don't think there were any bosses in the original American version of Final Fantasy X. I think the super bosses were in the Japanese version of the game, and that got ported over when it got a remaster. So then there were the super bosses, Aeons and Penance. I watched someone do those fights, so it kind of would feel like cheating a little bit if I just did them. Probably. I might be misremembering if Final Fantasy X, the original, had super bosses. You're set on this plan of yours, then? I am.
Huh.
You never were one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Ha! Your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
I know he'll be with us up there.
As for down here...
As for down here, you may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until you return. Ha ha ha! Indeed.
Yes, there is still much to do.
I mean, the thing is that every time I... At one point, I was using this sort of YouTube video service where it helped calibrate, like, the best titles for your YouTube videos, which are really hard to come by when you're doing, like, Let's Plays. But it kept on suggesting the tragedy of Clive Rossfield, so I can't decide if that refers to mostly the beginning of the game or the end of it.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal. Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite. Which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right. though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Really, Clive? Are we gonna butcher enormous old animals?
Sid, did you know that chocobos are far more resilient to the effects of ether than most other beasts? Some say that's one of the reasons they were tamed for use as mounts and sumpters, so that an ether flood wouldn't mean instant death for their riders or drivers. Me, I reckon they built it up over generations. Too many foolish traders driving their birds into floods, and only the toughest surviving.
Ooh, have you stumbled upon the theory of evolution, my good man? Okay. Here we go. Really? Oh, yeah, there we go. A bone to pick. Okay, yeah, I know where we are. Hi, Torgal. Yeah, this way, isn't it? The bridge?
I'll build a barricade so sturdy, even abandoned.
Scouts have reported seeing more akashic on Rhiannon's ride. Can hardly make out a blooming thing.
Oh. You might find this of interest, Zomber, but apparently,
Someone's brave.
Oh. And before I forget, I need to do my skills. Someone has made a mod of Final Fantasy X called Masters. And what it does is that it changed the fights in Final Fantasy X. So it also changed up like what abilities. Okay, we don't need to attack the dragon if we don't need to. It also changed up what abilities your characters learned and the things that affected bosses. Like, you know, it's usually a thing how bosses are immune to poison. Well, this game varies it up and makes it so most bosses are no longer immune to poison. Stuff like that. Anyway, it's made Final Fantasy X a lot more difficult of a game. I personally don't think that I will be doing that Masters mod, but I'm sure a lot of people will find that pretty novel. It makes Final Fantasy X considerably harder. Oh, come on. I get it. I also have a stupidly large backlog of games, and I really should not think so much about going back and replaying some games, other than the fact that I want to play them for this channel. But anyway, it makes Final
It's
Fantasy...
certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
So, like, the game... the way the mod works is that... there's no grind. All the little fights that you do between bosses don't lead to experience points or money. And they're just kind of there. Mostly to be a challenge. And you get all of your experience points for the next area by beating the boss before that area. I need to fill up on my potions.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Really? We're gonna kill all of these beasts? And I feel like a jerk of the highest order. Bloody hide.
No. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Get it, boy!
Okay, back to the hideaway. Oops.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
I got 5 of them.
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
So basically, Torgal is our puppy with a supremely expensive raw food diet.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Quest complete. Da, 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 da. Cavil's Fang. Okay. So now, more than words should be available for me to pick up. Oh, now Torgal's happy. Probably wants another bone. In a mood. Ah, dang it. That's not the one I'm looking for. Missives, homecoming. I apologize for what happened at Rosalith. I fear what might have been had not you, Gav, and Torgal fought so fiercely. Once again, you were there when I need you most. And for that, I shall be forever grateful. Seeing the city I had once come to know as my home reduced to flame and rubble has left me with much sadness in my heart. But the time for looking back is beyond us. We must focus on the here and now. Our memories will be waiting for us when this is all through. Jill. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning. Sweet as honey and crisp as a morning breeze they were. I told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was the time you'd catch none but Sid supping on these, what for their foul bite. But for me, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented, our ability to make it our own, and look at us now. Sid would be proud. A Desert Alliance. Sid II. I trust you will forgive me for putting you and your dear uncle to the test. I am confident that a man of your position can understand the importance of earning one's trust, especially in times like these. For what it is worth, you now have earned mine, and I can assure you it shall not easily be relinquished. May this be the start of a fruitful relationship. Rosina. I'm just kind of going through these. I could have sworn the thing I said that a bone to pick would spawn this new quest, and it would be in missives here. This feels like it must be from Uncle. Oh, no. Lubor. Oh, Lubor, not the name I just read. Rosada? Oh, man. Why am I so bad with names lately? Dramatis Persona. The Guard and League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all leave to sip our snake spit in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery? And your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your countenance, and, well, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill a disservice now, would we? I don't remember Frodo being all that much of a dramatis persona. What's going on here? Oh! Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Sid, this crystal shard transfixed with 10 daggers is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forged, and a legacy inherited. Guardian Scarf. This tippet dyed red flame for the flames of the Firebird and the blood of his fallen Rosarian brothers does Sir Wade pledge not only his loyalty, but the loyalty of the Guardians of the Flame. Continental Censer. An ornate brass censer from beyond the outer seas, gifted to Clive by Karen for his assistance in clearing her name. According to the cantankerous shopkeep, when packed with herbs and ambergris, I don't know how to pronounce that word, and left to smolder, the fragrant smoke produced can ward off everything from insects to the plague. Protect a home from thieves and demons and heal any number of ailments, all while bringing love and fortune. Martell apples. A somewhat stunted, somewhat sweet apple grown from the blighted earth thanks to the dedication and perseverance of one woman, Martell. Though she was to lose her life from the wounds she sustained in Kupka's attack on the hideaway, her legacy lives on in the sapling she saved from the ruins. Ambrosia's Tack, a saddle and blinders crafted specifically for Clive's childhood chocobo, Ambrosia. Even after being separated from her master, the noble steed served the people of Rosaria in his stead, protecting the defenseless from the merciless, just as a good shield should. Okay, we don't have very many Wall of Memories. I did remember reading about Wall of Memories on the like the quest page, and I thought, what the heck is that? I don't remember that. In a mood. Oh, wait. I forgot. The missive. Ah, there it is. It was... I forgot. The quest name is different from the missive name. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones. Oh my gosh, Karen, again.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Still alive, are you? Go on, then. Do us proud.
Visit Torgal on the rear decks.
Say what you will. Lady Karen seems...
Hiding for something, boy.
Maybe he wants a mate.
What is it? What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you.
100%. That's exactly why she loves him. Although...
Where to then, Torgal?
Although, like, if anyone has had any close proximity to a pet, they absolutely will talk back. Okay, follow Torgal. Oh, Goots is now here.
Oh!
I wish I could go up there with you. Doesn't seem right, leaving everything up to you three.
It's hardly everything.
There's plenty that still needs to be done down here. Like seeing to our stores and keeping Karen safe. Only you can do that, Goots.
And I will! I promise!
I won't let Nan come to no harm, no matter what.
You can count on me.
Just like we're all counting on you to come back safe and sound.
Be seeing ya.
I don't really feel like I need to ask about Karen. Can't get in there yet. Or yet.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Okay. Pretty much just right here. Oh, good. Oh, hey. Sorry.
It's still here. After all these years. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
Don't joke with the dog. They don't understand.
This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you.
I don't think you could.
Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. And Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well, well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal. For never giving up. For never forgetting.
Oh, he's such a cute puppy. I gotta make that the screenshot for this particular episode. Who can resist?
Let's take this with us, shall we?
Cute puppy Torgal.
So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going.
No, you can see Port Isolde. I don't think that's the Rosarian capital.
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
I mean, interestingly enough, this whole side quest area was basically like developing the relationship between Clive and Torgal, which is interesting. Not bad by any means, just interesting. Because, like, look, I like Torgal as much as anyone, and I mean, he is a very solid good boy, but his character growth can only be so much because he's a wolf. A wolf that does not speak. And I might have preferred more story with, like, Jill. But that's okay. Maybe the next one that we'll do will be about Jill or something like that. And again, gotta remind myself, the name of the missive is not the name of the quest. So I need to go back and look and make doubly sure that it's not. So now we're looking for where there's a will. And I'm pretty sure Joshua gives us this quest, so it'd be kind of nice if they showed the authors. An inconvenient truth, I'm sorry. No. In a mood. Self-determination. Yeah. Ah, here we go. A fine hound. The two of you have been together for what probably feels like a lifetime now, but there is still a lot you have to learn about that hound of yours. He'd step in front of a bloody raging behemoth, if it meant protecting you. Funny you should say that, Karen. 'Cause I'm pretty sure he did. But that don't mean you should take it for granted. At the end of the day, he's a hound, and sometimes he just wants someone to pat his head and rub his belly and give him a handful of kupo nuts. You do good to remember that. Okay, I'm going to have to look up. I'm pretty sure where there's a will did not record. Oh, look, Torgal is now with Joshua.
Ah, Clive. This is it then, brother.
Our last dance with Ultima awaits. I keep forgetting. I think it's very awkward that they have small snippets of dialogue, but they don't complete the dialogue. Only the Founder knows what awaits us up there.
Indeed.
But whatever we find, we shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the ends of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me. They spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. You gave me your blessing and made me your shield. Without you, I don't know how I would have even survived. Even when we were apart, you were always with me. And I trust you'll be with me now, until the end.
Of course.
Whenever that may be. Karen has to write it out. It definitely makes you feel like she's one of those, like, I got a reputation to uphold, and she can't be looking all soft over the dog. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to take the time to figure out how to get where there's a will. I don't know if I can get this final quest priceless because I think I missed out the chance for the prereq where there's a will. Because it says it begins in the hideaway and you have to talk with Joshua. He'll tell you about a message he received from Cyril about your father's last will and testament. To learn more, head to Tabor in Dalmekia and speak with Cyril. He will give you a letter from your father that speaks of an inheritance. It does say back to their origin. Make for origin. Maybe I haven't gotten... Whoops. Let me get back into the game. Not to be outdone. Trial and error. Blacksmith blues. Tears of mercy. Phoenix heal thyself. I'm at back to their origin. Make for origin. Reading table. Do I have to read a missive about it? It doesn't say in the description. It just says, oh, speak to Joshua. The flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent for showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the akashic and us, more their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him under your wing. He is a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking, so as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. I'm just reading things now. My Lord Marquis, in your absence shall I watch over my new charges, affording them every protection I am able. I only ask that you do the same for his grace. Yot. On our own terms. I regret that both you and the lump had to get all tangled up in the wicked weave of my sordid past, but thanks to your meddling, I was finally able to put to rest matters that were left too long to fester. And with that finally done, might be I can sit back and enjoy the new world of yours you're so keen on creating. One don't need a pair of eyes to see the good you've done. Karen. And tale makes 4. Clive. There's but one crystal left. Needs cracking. But one man who can do it. See that you don't miss. Otto. A healer's place. Thank you for helping me guide my mentor free from his mortal coil. Contrary to what the madding crowd believes, we physicers are not without our limits. I cannot hope to cure every ill, mend every wound, save every life. The only medicine that will see you home safe without fail is prevention. Not that this knowledge will ever stop any of you from chasing down some behemoth for its toenails. Man, Behemoth is really coming up lately. A new life. While the going was slow, and not without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc, I saw Edda back safe to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I like to think that poor lass opened up a little, telling us about her life and the life she wants for her baby. But I suppose it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Whoops. Wrong map. Dang it. It's not spawned. Litany of errors. Please, sir, can I have some Morbo? You know what? One Morbo was enough. I'm okay with that. I mean, it'd be a waste to just not do anything, so I guess I'm gonna go do the Phoenix Tears quest. I don't know, maybe it will spawn. Maybe it won't. I don't know. I've done everything that I can. Ah! Don't get caught on the railing.
Please, your grace, stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis. My lord.
You are resolved to go, then. My lord, you are resolved to go, then.
I am.
And so is Joshua. I know you fear for him, but I'll do everything in my power to keep him safe.
I do not doubt it.
You are, as you have always been, his first shield. I was only ever his temporary protector. Now, his grace has bade me protect the hideaway instead. And that is what I shall do.
Thank you, Yote.
Thank you, Yote.
May you return safely.
To us, my lord. Both of you.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But his grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
I mean, for Joshua, anything. That seems like an appropriate answer.
Joshua. Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So,
excuse me.
What is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonewort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stonewort itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonewort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Okay. Oh, back here. Okay. I appreciate that Torgal can't really trigger fights.
Time to fight.
Come on, keep walking. Okay, so across this bridge.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. That's my luck. I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Ow. I tried to move, but it wouldn't let me. go. Oh. I thought he was dead.
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yotei.
Sharp fangs. Okay, we can't actually get into there. I don't see any other, well, or I should say any more items. So we can just yoink right back. Oh yeah, this whole conversation with Yotei, I remember, you know, way back when Sid was dying, Joshua showed up just in time for Sid to die. And he took in Ultima into himself. And then he was struggling to keep Ultima at bay while he was inside him. We never really got a conclusion to that particular arc. Like, what happened? I was always under the impression that Joshua could hold him at bay for so long, but he'd ultimately, like, possess Joshua? But that, of course, you know, wasn't made clear. The consequences of that particular...
I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, there it is. Where there's a will. Was Yotei's quest a prereq? I chose it mostly because it had Phoenix in the name. And, of course, we're trying to get Joshua to do something, so it seemed pertinent.
There's something about it. I feel like it's...
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but... would you join me?
Of course.
Damn right.
I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Tabor it is. Wrong map. We're at the end of this game and I'm still mixing them up. I mean, in my defense, I've also been playing other games, and that's part of what's been screwing me up. Okay. Here, inside the thing.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord. Printer.
Okay.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in the coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way. It shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance. And so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the burning quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will, and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Okay, I see a ladder and I'm just curious. Is there anything up
You
here?
wouldn't happen to have a decent whetstone in there, would you, madam?
I'm sure I can find you something. All of these stones have a good bit of diamond dust in them. That'll see your sword sharp, all right.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalamil.
Okay. Ah, can't you just slide down the ladders, Clive, like a cool person?
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings. Fragments of Ultima's true nature surely lie buried within these pages. We have only to unearth them.
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. We do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Haha. Yet another griffin on the chopping block. We really hate rare creatures.
But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Opportunity beckons.
Okay.
Who among you is bold enough to heed her call?
So, left. I'm gonna see... I'm gonna hopefully finish this quest and the next one that was its, this was the prereq, so. Oh, come on. Not quite there. Up here. Okay. We're going the right way. I find it very peculiar that these particular quests came at the end of the game, because that guy was just like, oh, I received this from my predecessor, but apparently I decided to hold on to it until like the very last moment. Why? Ooh, simmer. And we're level 43.
There it is. For House Rossfield.
Oh, I actually dodged it. Let's just go ahead and burn through. Kingslayer. Is his name Jaime Lannister?
Nice try.
Aha! I actually did not find that particularly difficult. The Heartstone.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goditha will know.
And I'm assuming, yeah, we gotta go right back to her. Hopefully nothing will overspawn back. But you never really know. So I'm kind of curious, Zomber, what level were you when you went to face Ultima? Like, I'm not going to do, as I said, I'm only just going to do these quests because my friend told me to do them, but I am curious if I'm lower than average or, well, I mean, if it's just between you and me, obviously that's not an average, or much of an average, but, yeah. I mean, the last fight with Ultima really wasn't that bad. I died that one time, and that was because somehow I got totally caught in the black hole or whatever. I don't know. That was just the one
Thank
time.
the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith. The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion, and the graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms. Only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
Ah. We have to exit the requisitory.
The suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff. Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Do they really not update your model with the new armbands? Am I supposed to be in the default uniform in order to see it? Kind of a shame if that's the case. Here we go. I wonder if they save this to... Oh, yeah. I wanted to actually check out the armbands, like stats. I wonder if they wait to save this until the very end because it's like killer stats. Oh, yeah, here. The Founder's Grasp. Okay, yeah, those are pretty killer. The Founder's Grasp. Fashioned after those pictured adorning the wrists of the mythical founder in ancient engravings, Archduke Elwyn intended to gift these bands to his beloved sons upon their coming of age, that they might serve to remind them of the unbreakable bonds they share as proud scions of the ducal line, and the unwavering devotion that would be required to see their duty done. Nice. Oh, okay. I'm glad I checked now.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies. That I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of. But perhaps these bands would help. Knowing he was with us made all the difference.
I'm going... Oh, these are akashic chocobos. Alright, fine, I'll just kill them. Going the right way.
It's just back there.
Poor Archduke had to be kind of hidden away.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
Joshua, you were 8.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Nope. I saw a little bit of a hallucination there.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Rusted battle helm. Joining hands with Joshua. Joshua has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Interesting. I don't know why that had to be explicitly said, but, you know, whatever. Back to the hideaway. So the next one is Priceless. Pretty sure it's a missive. Before I forget,
Clive.
Lady Karen.
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Well, don't threaten me with a good time.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I am your greatest benefactor.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Whoops.
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I'm just gonna go ahead and sell Excalibur.
What else? Is that all?
It's not like I need money. Concern for Jill. Here we go. Though her icon brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart, and we'd be poor friends indeed if we not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction, before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private.
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
I mean, let's be real here. You should probably have spoken with Jill a lot sooner than you have, Clive. Or, you know, this game just kind of, like, cuts out a lot of those intimate conversations. I know we're already running over. Sorry about that, guys.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say...
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
I'm actually kind of curious. Now that Jill no longer has her iconic powers, is she affected by ether floods now? Has that changed? I don't know. But let's go. Back here to Hawkscry Cliff. Gosh. That's it? Ah, they're all dead.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Sir
Someone in the
Wade?
backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Oh my gosh. I figured Sir Wade would certainly be the solution to this one. Why not? I mean, we're traipsing around all over Zarya. Excuse me.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Say what you will. Lady Karen seems...
This should tide us over until the new moon.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Boilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
I don't need to climb back up. I can just go.
The High Cardinal. The Dominion's all but done for.
That's what I heard.
Then it's lucky we stayed
Was
here.
that shouting I heard from the barrel?
Ah. That's what I get for not looking at my map first.
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
Meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Oh, look, there they are.
I do. The flowers and our friends.
Oh, come on. Oh, it actually is reaching him.
What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Do not crush my flowers or I'm gonna be real mad.
Nice try.
new enemies. Wow, 43,000 damage? Heck yeah. Minotaur mane, sharp fang, bloody hide, blah blah.
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Okay, she is still on my balcony.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Very smooth, Clive.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
What a good boy Torgal is, sleeping outside the flowers. Aww, Daisy Crown.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
Don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Aww.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
So, first of all, I really enjoyed that. That was some much needed. Ooh, Shiva's Kiss. Snowy Daisy Garland. Or Snow Daisy Garland. Nice, nice. Of course, I've felt for some time that I wish that Clive and Jill had received a bit more development. Now Jill's in the party. Alright, fine. Not that she'll be in the party for long. Oh, right. I wanted to... What is that? That's the old capital. I wanted to see if the origin was visible in this map. I'm pretty sure it's this way, and I don't see it, but there is kind of a big cliff in the way. However, I think it would poke out above the cliff. that were the case. Is that it? No, that looks like another mountain. Anyway, one question that I have in regard to Jill, especially pertaining to that conversation where, you know, we're talking about whether to sell me to someone else or save me for the duchy line, or a ducal line. We don't really know when Jill came into her powers as Shiva. Like, did they know that she was Shiva when Clive and Joshua were boys? Or did that come later? I really wish they'd expand upon things like that. I mean, that would flesh out the world a bit more, and it makes me think that I don't think the Duchess would have sold her away or kept her for the and instead it would have kept her for the ducal line if she knew that there were two dominants in the bloodline. Excuse me. Anyway, let's go back to the hideaway. I'm going to buy my skills and get that all ready. And then that way I will be prepped for the last dance. There we are, Giga Flare. I'm not upgrading that sucker. Oh, I could do the flames. I could power these up. I mean, I actually have a lot. Diamond dust would be fun, but will I be doing Shiva? I don't know. I mean, right now, these just don't hit very hard. And I'm wondering if I should put my points into that or buy Dancing Steel. Or buy Arm of Darkness. Rising Flames. Gonna do that one. I feel like maybe I can do this. Oh, right, I can unlearn. But what doesn't that mean? Resetting the whole board? I don't really want to do that. Oh yeah, Rama, Judgment Bolt. As much as I love Scarlet Cyclone, I like Heat wave a little bit more. Shiva's Kiss. Reduces Diamond Dust cooldown by 7.5 seconds. Song of Winter, Autumn Gone from Frost's Lips, Oblivion. Northern Nursery Rhyme. Okay, I mean, that definitely makes... that definitely makes Shiva's Kiss a lot more tempting. Abilities. Okay, I've already increased both of these up as much as I could. Oh, right, Giga Flare. Giga Flare. Flare, yeah, Giga Flare. I wonder. Whoops. Oh man, it does not allow me to do Diamond Dust. I find it very peculiar that Mesmerize is included in this list. It just seems kind of weird. Just because these are my favorites for now. Interesting, they allow me to have Scarlet, Cyclone, and Heat Wave, even though I don't have Phoenix assigned at all. Just making sure I have the right moves in the right spots. So I'm making this one I'll probably try it out, but I don't know if I'll keep it for like the final fight. Anyway, we are way overdue to log off, but I didn't want to leave this kind of hanging in limbo for us to pick up next time and thus put ending the game in equal amount of jeopardy, especially since there's no real way to know how much longer the game will go. Like, is it another hour? Is it 2 hours? And also, will I struggle? That is the key. So anyway, we're saving. We're gonna leave it here for now. Thank you, Zomber, for joining me. I do believe you've been gone for a while, and I totally get it. I hope you enjoy the rest of this episode from wherever you pick it up. Thank you to anyone else who has been watching along. I really appreciate your support. And if you could like and subscribe to help boost this channel, that would be amazing. I would greatly appreciate that. And I think it's time to call it a night. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is Kaolin, signing out. All 4. Now that's probably a pretty rare sight, that particular save file. Nice.